Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to go through, I just titled mine if example because we're going to do if statements. There is more than one type of conditional statement. There's whiles and ifs and do whiles, but don't use those because I'll get mad at you. There's for loops that are conditional statements. There's else ifs, and we're going to kind of touch on those today. But we're going to do a couple things. So for our program, let's declare a variable int. Whoa, why is my... There we go. Int. And then we're going to do age. So we're going to use an integer called age. We're also going to need a scanner, so let's go ahead and huck that in there. Okay. And semicolon. Okay. So then I need to declare my scanner here. So we'll just go scanner, reader. You guys can use whatever you want for that, but I use reader. Equals new scanner. Whoa, scanner. And then that's going to be system input. Like yo. Okay, so we have our scanner declared. So now, kind of what I want to do is I want to write a program that just basically asks the user how old they are. For right now, that's all we're going to worry about. So we're going to just go through it. So let's go ahead and system.out.println and ask the user how old they are. And then question mark here. So how old are you? After we ask them how old, what's the very next thing we need to do? Aaron, what's the next thing we need to do? If we've asked them a question, what do we got to do next? Yeah, take their input. So we're going to store their input at this point in age. So age equals reader dot next int. Could we do a double right here? Yeah, exactly. Right? So we could, but it's not particularly necessary because as people, we kind of don't refer to ourselves as 31.6 years old. So we're just going to use ints because it makes it easier. Okay. So now I'm just going to run it just to be sure. Run file. How old are you? I type, I am 87. Okay, so we're good. I'm actually going to take this. I'm going to put my output up here so I have it in my, there we go. Okay, so now we got them both. Okay, so how old are you? And it took it in. So now, this is where we get into our conditional statement. So we're going to ask a question of the computer. We're going to say, yeah. Uh-huh. Did you make it uppercase? That'll get you every time. Hunter. Package java.util does not exist. Until. Java.until. So yeah, don't misspell. Yeah, there you go. What's up? You don't have a run option? If you right click, can you do run right here? Run file. Shift F6 will also do it. Yeah. Really? Are you running the program already? You are not. Oh, this is not, you just started a program. You didn't start a project. Did you? Because that would do it. There's that, there's that. Oh, run file is completely grayed out. Let's go here. One moment while we fix Carson's thing. New project. Next. If EX. Finish. And then here. Okay. Huh. It'll run now. I wonder if something got checked or unchecked when you're doing your project setup. Probably it, because you've got your run buttons active now. Okay, you're good. A lot of times, you guys, if you get into a problem like that where something just doesn't make sense, what I usually do is just cut my code out, start a new project, and just kind of start over. Okay? All right. So we're back here on my project. This is where we want to make our if statement. So we're going to come here. And right there, we are going to just start typing. Now, we don't need to indent yet because this is still inside of our main. So we're going to go if, and then inside of our brackets, inside of our little parentheses, this is where our condition goes. So if I'm going to go if age is less than, I don't know, 3, okay, then I need to have some curly brackets to create a new bucket, right? Okay, so if age is less than 3, we're going to go system out.print line you wet your pants. All right. Okay, so if age is less than 3, it's going to print you wet your pants. So let's try it. How old are you? I'm going to go 2. You wet your pants. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. So, not super handy, right? But what we're doing is we're checking condition. What happens, do you think, Cassie, if I happen to hit 3? It won't run. So if I go 3, it runs. It thinks it ran, but did it do what it was supposed to? It did, because what we said was if age is equal, or is less than 3, not equal. Okay, so 3 is not less than 3. If I were to do 2.9999 and it happened to be a float, then that would be, okay? So we run into this problem. But if we want to check for more than one age, we're going to come down here and I'm going to go else if. So I'm going to ask a second question. Actually, let's just take the else, let's take the if out. Let's just make it like that. Else, system.out.println. You are older than 2. Okay, so that should work, right? All right, so now if we come back and we run this again, okay, and if I say 3, it should say you are older than 2. If I run it again and I hit 489, you are older than 2. Okay? Okay, so that's not, again, super useful. What if we wanted to check for an age range? Let's go ahead and try this. And append onto our if. Let's go else if, right? And then age is greater than 3, okay, you are older than 2. So now we have a condition that has to be true, right? So if age is greater than 3, then it's going to say this, okay? I don't want to invert if. Okay, so now if I run this and I say 95, it should say you are older than 2. If I run it again, here's where we run into a little bit of an issue. If we go back to 3, what's going to happen? Nothing. Okay, so that's a problem. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to change this to greater than or equal to 3. Okay, so now we're checking the relationship. We're saying if it's greater than 3 or if it's equal to 3, then I want you to run that condition. So now if we go 89, you are older than 2, that's good. If we go 3, you are older than 2. So that condition now returns true. Okay, what if we wanted to check for a range? So let's say you are, I don't know, you are Owen. You're in elementary school. Okay, you're in elementary school. So what age ranges are in elementary school? Well, if you do pre-K, right? So you can start pre-K 4, 5, you're in kindergarten. And then when do you get out of 6th grade? How old are you? 12? Okay. So now if we want to do this, we want to check for multiple things. What if they're less than or they're greater than 3, right? But they have to be also what? So less than 12, right? Okay, so we could go age is less than 12. Okay, so here we have, it's got an error. We have a problem. It says that there's a parenthesis expected. The reason for that is that we have to tell it and. So those are 2 ampersand signs, okay? So what that's saying is if age is greater than or equal to 3 and age is less than 12. Okay, here's where the catch comes. Both of these things have to be true. If one of them is false, what happens? Nothing. Okay, so let's say in this case I put 15. What's 15? Does 15 pass this one? Yes. 15 is greater than 3. Does 15 pass this one? No, it does not. So this should fail if I type in 15. How old are you? 15. It failed. That's good. Okay. But if I do 11, you're in elementary school. Okay, so that's good. So this is nails so far. It's all right. He's a really smart kid. Okay. So now let's check for else if age is greater than or equal to 12, right? Let's do greater than or equal to 12. And you're 18 when you graduate from high school generally, right? And age is less than 18. Okay, so now we need to do our curly brackets. And then you say system.out.print line. You are in middle school or high school. Whoa. You're in middle school or high school. Oh, what isn't it like? Oh, I forgot my double quotes. Okay. What's up, Joey? Okay. I forgot I could end my double quotes here. Joey's is not working because you didn't put your curly bracket at the beginning of your if. Right there. Okay. And now this one should be outside of your other else if. Okay. Does that make sense? Oh, and that one, you have one too many of those now. There you go. Okay. So now if you are in middle school or high school, so now if we do 16, that should return that they're in high school age. 16, middle school or high school, so that's good. Let's add one more. I'm going to cheat. Else if age is greater than or equal to 18 and age is less than 65, get a job, you bum. Okay. So now if they're of working age, it should tell them to get a job. And this is where we finally want to add our final else. Else, do I have to have a condition for this one? No, because the condition is anything that's not pre-filled by another condition. Print line. And then we're going to go here. We're going to come here, and we should say something nice about enjoying your golden years, right? You wet your pants. Okay. Okay. So now if they're older than 65 or older, it should tell them that they retired. Okay. So we come here. How old are you? If I go 50, it should tell me to get a job. If I go 116, and if I was 160, I probably did. That's okay. What was that? You can't what? Yeah, so interesting point of fact, it's actually this big. That big. 2.4 billion. Okay, if you need a larger integer than 2.4 billion, instead of using int, you can use long right here. And that'll make it, but it's not significantly larger. It's only partially larger. Okay. Now, is this a perfect solution? No, because let's say, what if I did negative 62? That's a problem, right? Okay, so I wet my pants. All right. Here you go. So that gives us a pretty broad range, right? I don't think so. Okay, so that gives us a pretty broad range. That gets us a little ones for each time. Okay, now, this is where you guys get your assignment. So hang on to this. Again, I know I said it a lot. I will say it again. Do not just start working in this program for your next assignment. Start a new project and keep this because you're going to want to reference it when you come back. Okay. What I want you to do is now you guys are actually going to write your F to C program that we wrote the pseudocode for last time. Okay. So you should have your pseudocode. The F to C program is right here. Why is this not opening? Save, open. Okay. So basically, you have to take a program that asks the user whether they want to convert from F to C or C to F. And then you have to do the math, just like we wrote your pseudocode for. Make sure that when you're testing it, make sure your math is correct. And please, if you're checking somebody's program, make sure you go both ways. So check F to C and check C to F. Okay. Make sure that the code looks good. Make sure you get it commented properly. And go. You guys got the rest of class period. If you have any problems, let me know and we can help you get it sorted out. Okay? You guys good? All right, go.